This is Paul. Yeah. I was reading this law dictionary, and they have what's called an order. Excuse me, a command, a direction. A demand by a judge or a court that certain action be taken or that a certain action not be taken. Restraining order, see also court order. Yeah. Now, that's what an order is, a judge or a court. When I was looking through these documents, yes, there was a order for protection. Yeah, seemed like there's a lot of orders: protection, order, protection, order. Right, right, right. Then I was going through it. This is called an order for protection. Yes, it's an order. You have to do it. Now, I know that the court finds upon the court record, right, that the respondent's relationship to victims was issued in accordance with the full faith and credit of the VAWA. This is called an order. Now, when I went through this, it seemed that there was a certain order that was made that the clerk of the court shall also forward a copy of this order on or before the next judicial day to the Clallam County Sheriff's Office, and where a respondent is, which shall personally serve the respondent with a copy and shall promptly return of a copy. And then the question is, if it's a court order that makes it so that I lose my custody of my sons, how is it that the sheriff didn't personally serve me, but I was served in a public library by somebody that said everybody witnessed it? Seem like these orders, the order to surrender weapons, where there's no petitioner, there's no respondent, there's no date of birth. Now, the word order is used in this quite often. Yeah, acknowledge a copy of this order. If the petitioner doesn't acknowledge a copy of the order, why is it being enforced? Yes. The sheriff, Clallam County. It's one of those protected person and date. The restrained person to this order. The clerk of the forward copy of the order on before the next to PENCOM, to the WACIC. Each time I went to court, it seems like this order for release and conditions. Bail, personal recognizance. It seemed like somebody had a lot of power and they could order me to do anything. City of Sequim, the county having determined personal recognizance will not reasonably assure the presence of $10,000 or $1,000 cash. The order that caused me to get arrested when I responded, what should I respond as a citizen? I should respond that I need a court order to have to appear in court. But the public defender didn't provide a court order. The sheriff didn't provide a court order. The police department didn't provide a court order. But they still arrested me when you issued a bench warrant. Now, each one of these has what's called order for release and conditions. It is another one here. Order setting schedule and directing pre-trial procedures. Seems like there's a lot of orders that are happening when you have a judge or a justice, a Supreme Court. Look at this. Order dismissing misdemeanor charge, competency restoration treatment, unsuccessful, unlikely to be successful. Another order. It seemed like judges and commissioners and justices can order any citizen to do whatever they want. But when I looked at the instructions for the order for protection, are the instructions from the state of Washington an order about how a protection order has to be filled out? Or is it something they get to do if they want to do it? are the instructions from the state of Washington about what has to be filled out according to what the law requires the order to say if the respondent received notice of the hearing and by what method. Is it an order from the state of Washington, or does the judiciary get to order the citizens whenever they want? Now, it would seem to me if the law requires, when the law requires, isn't that an order from the law? An order! Don't you have to do what the law says? Or do you get to make up your own service of the order? Does the service of the order have to be done according to how the judiciary orders? Or do you get to serve a respondent in a public library 2 weeks later? When does the law have to be enforced? It would seem to me that any order. Now, I know there are those in various judiciaries that would say, now, when I look at this Constitution of the United States, in Amendment number 9, the enumeration of the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. Is the Constitution in order? Can you disparage others retained by the people? Can you deny my right to victims' resources? Can you deny my right to every resource in every state? Can you deny me what the Constitution orders? Now, I know. Amendment number 10. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. Now, we know that powers means jurisdiction, and court orders means the power of the court to make any citizen do whatever the court orders. But what I read in Amendment number 10 is that as a person, a citizen, one of those in the people, every order from that court that came to me over the last 6 years without any jurisdiction violates the Constitution of the United States.